Okay, so I believe we are live. So, hello everybody, welcome back. Apologies for the quick turnover, but yeah, welcome back again to myself, the Thebpg13, also known as Viper. We've just done Hot Wheels. Now get ready for a taste of a bit of rallying. So this is McRae Rally 2, released back in 2000 for the PC and PlayStation. It came out on the Game Boy Advance, I think around the same time, about 2000, maybe a bit later, 2001, 2002. Like I said, this PC version, we're doing the Championship New Game Plus category today. So the main difference, just quickly, this is a very brief mention. The only main difference that you'll see is Novice Championship. I'll explain as we get into it. I'll try and talk about a few things as we go. But the main difference, all you need to know between the regular and the New Game Plus, is that with New Game, we can use any of the cars in the game. It doesn't matter what they are, we can use anything we like. So, the original one, the New Game, there's only 6 cars you can choose from. New Game Plus means you can pick the fastest car in the game. That is this car that you can currently see on your screen right now, which is the Peugeot 205 Thebpg13. And if we're ready to go on time, I'll count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so
3, 2, 1, go.
Here we go. And we're already off. Now I will mention for a start. Now this game does have a slight flickering problem, which you'll notice how the sky flickers, and I can only apologise for that. I've tried to fix that in the past. I did get it steady at one stage, but can't remember how I did it. This runs pretty smooth on brand new systems. Like I said, unfortunately the flickering thing can't be helped. So immediately you'll notice that we are doing quite a fair bit of corner cutting. So there's going to be a fair bit of that in this run. One thing to mention is that the weather effects are completely random, so it has like a variable weather effect during every stage. And what we want to hope for is that the rallies are as dry as possible. Some rallies you won't get any rain, but some you can. And if we get rain in Finland, it's not great. Not a great sign, but fortunately won't slow us down too much. It's only like one particular rally where rain is going to be a big problem. Or maybe 2 rallies, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Taking a quick food break for 10 minutes? No problem, Ron, no problem. So, allow me to kind of give a quick explanation about a few things. So, there is 8 rallies altogether that we're going to be driving through today in our Peugeot. The first one is Finland. So we've got 4 stages in Finland. We then move to Greece, followed by France, Sweden, Australia, Kenya, Italy and the UK. And the last 2 rallies are Italy and the UK, and they are, in my opinion, 2 of the toughest stages in the entire run. There's no doubt in my mind about that. So they are very, very difficult. Also, you may have noticed that this game actually looks pretty decent for a game made in 2000, and it's not just the PC. That isn't just because of the PC version. That's also because, thanks to somebody called Silent, which I think a fair few people may be familiar with some of his work, his patches that he's done. He created a patch, a Silent patch for this game, and it allows you to play this game in 720. And all the way up to 1080. Now, whether you can play this game in 4K, I don't believe there's an option there to do so. But yeah, you can play this game in HD. And like I said, truth be told, for a game that came out in 2000, it still looks pretty damn good. Even today, I have to admit. Also, it seems like Finland's being nice, that's always a good sign. So we actually will be changing our car setups slightly. For example, when we get to France, Kenya, well actually France, Australia, Kenya, Italy and the UK, we're going to be changing our car setups. The ones we don't change the car setups for are Finland and Greece. Now, there is an option. You can, if you want to, albeit if you want to do this, you can change the settings on the car, so you can extend the gearbox, for example, for Finland, so you get a bit more speed. However, in my opinion, doing that, you're playing a very dangerous game. You're playing with fire, in my personal opinion. Only reason being is because the faster you go, the harder it is to catch the car, and the harder it is to catch the slide. It's very difficult to catch it. Because as soon as the car goes sliding, that's it, you've had it. Also, you'll notice as well that during our entirety of this run, we are not going to be doing any repairing of any kind. Maybe towards the end, I'm not so sure. Yeah, we ain't gonna be doing anything like that. So every 2 stages, and also every super special stage, which we will get to in a moment, you have a service area, and the service area is where you can change your tyres, you can lower your suspension, and adjust your suspension, adjust the gearbox, your brake bias, your steering column, so whether you want the car turning faster or slower. I think that's kind of it. There's only a couple of options, and obviously repair your car. Now you get 60 minutes, and besides every option in the service area, you can see next to each one that there's a such a thing, what do they call it? There's like a time limit sort of thing, so it'll say like, oh, it's 6 minutes to repair the axles on your car, or 4 minutes to repair your exhaust, or 10 minutes to repair your body, or 12 minutes to repair your engine. You get the idea. Now, like I said, for the sake of speed during this run, we barely touch, apart from, like I said, changing a few car settings, we barely repair the car at all. So this car's going to get battered and bruised at times. And I'm sorry to say, if you like this car, yeah, you're going to see it get smashed up a little bit. Not too badly smashed up, hopefully, depending on how things go. So there's going to be deliberate routes that I'm going to take during this run. The main one is actually going to be in Sweden. So if all goes well, we should be all good. So believe it or not, by cutting this corner, you save about, I'd say about 5 or 10 seconds. It's pretty crazy. Like half of this is just corner cutting simulator 2000. Like normally in rally games, they don't, well, in rally games these days anyway, they do not let you cut corners. This game was actually, I didn't think it was that bad for corner cutting. I didn't realise that you could actually do that and get away with it. It was only till the likes of Lucky, Franz, and a couple other guys from the Colin McRae rally community actually brought it up to my attention and was like, hey, look, you can actually cut this corner and you can do this and that. And I'm like, whoa, this is actually a game changer. The biggest game changers we found, though, was a trick that a guy called Zorfkov found, and also a trick that Lucky had also discovered as well. So the one that Zorfkov had discovered is something to do with super special stages. Also, that's Finland done. We're already past the first rally, we're on to Greece next. Also, we are going to spam through menus, so don't expect to see many menus. We're already in Greece. Just like that. But yeah, so the trick that Zorfkov had discovered, basically it was a trick that was discovered where on the super special stages that you do, so that's like a head-to-head race normally, and usually it's about a minute 20, a minute 30, or in Kenya's case a minute 40 to do it. And it puts you basically directly head-to-head against another competitor in the championship. Usually whoever's second or third. Around about there, anyway. I believe that's what it's based off, but anyway. So, the trick is, literally, you turn round at the start of the stage, and you're going to see me do it on all the stages, by the way. You turn round and head towards the competitor that's coming towards you, and all you do really is you touch the car coming the other way, and it immediately disqualifies you from the stage. But you're like, oh no, well that just makes you lose then, doesn't it? You lose the stage, yes, but thanks to all the shortcuts and stuff that you do during the run, you're actually still able to win the rally with a bit of time in hand. Now, I will say that for a beginner, doing half of these cuts is a bit risky, and you really need to like get your line straight when you go into certain corners and that sort of thing. But honestly, it's one of them games, again, just like Hot Wheels that we just did, it's one of them games that you slowly get into the groove with. Getting faster takes plenty of practice, especially in these games. The current best time for this category is a 1:17.21, which is actually set by myself. It was I think it was 1:17.28 at one stage, but managed to knock another 7 seconds off. Oh, sorry, 1:18.03, and then we got it down to 1:17, so that's pretty good. And that was actually I think that was in February this year, something like that when that happened, so yeah. Not bad, really. So, quick context as well. I'm playing this with manual gears because manual gears are actually faster. In most racing games, manual tends to be faster. There's a few racing games where automatic is faster. Not this game, though. So at the end here, I want to try and make sure I hit this. There we go. So I want to try and make sure I hit that wall, and then can I get sub 245? Yes, I can. Nice. Easy. Oh, I got nice best stage time. Sweet.
3, 2, 1, go. Long 6 right.
So yeah, the main reason is on automatic, when you do some of these shortcuts, your car really slows down, whereas on manual you can still keep a lot of your speed during the corners. Also, I'm going to try and keep the car, if I can, at top speed for a fair bit during half of these rallies. I will be using my brakes a fair bit, just to make sure that I don't, I try not to do stuff like that where I hit the walls. One rally where brakes is crucial. There we go. Off I go. Yeah, actually two rallies where brakes are crucial are France and Italy. So France and Italy are tarmac rallies, and what that basically means is when you do Finland and Greece and all the other rallies, it's all dusty or snowy, and the car can just tend to drift around the corners. So you'll notice how I just keep sliding around the corners. Also, yes, this does actually save time cutting all them corners. Whereas on tarmac, the physics act completely differently. So, for example, like the weird thing is as well is that the physics even acts more strange on the PlayStation 1 version. So, on the PC version, the car will stick to the road pretty damn well. However, on the PlayStation 1 version, the cars stick to the road like there's no tomorrow. Like you have more grip on the PS1 version than you would on the PC version. Like, no joke, you can take half the corners flat if you're brave enough, anyway. And it is scary at how fast you can take some of the corners on the PS1 version. But the thing is that on the PS1 version, the in-game timer is actually slower. That's the reason why we play on PC. So if you're looking at learning this game, highly recommend picking up the PC version. Again, just like Hot Wheels, it's easy to pick up, not too difficult, and it's quite an easy game to install. And like I said, you have the silent patch as well. So another shortcut. Now, can I get sub 230? It's looking likely. 228. Nice. Nice. That was actually a PB time. Sweet.
3, 2, 1, go.
So this is one of the shorter stages in Greece. Now you can actually cut that hill there on the right, and it does save about a second or two. However, I've not really been able to get it more consistent. It's a fairly easy skip to do, but I've not really practiced it much, so it's good to stick to what I know. So we're just going to cut over here. You're like, hang on mate, you're going off the beaten path, aren't you? Yep. Just going to respawn here. Believe it or not, that actually saves time. Quite a fair bit. Hey, how you doing, Mark? Nice to see you. Gonna cut over this grass. So, believe it or not, the respawn points, you may have seen this before in other games before, where you go off the beaten path to respawn ahead, sort of thing. No, consider it like jumping ahead of the AI to make them walk to you. See it as a similar sort of thing like that. And that's what you get with this. Don't know what time this is going to be. 109? Just about 109. Very nice. Sub 110, I'm quite happy with that. Nice. Also, a bit flickering from the background, as per usual. Like I said, that's a bit of a bug that's in the game. I didn't seem to have this problem. I originally had the problem in Windows 7. I managed to fix it with running the game in compatibility mode, but it seems like Windows 10 just doesn't like it. I don't know why. Anyway, flashing aside, so there is like little shortcuts in some of these stages. Like for example, you can just cut that little corner there. Again, the game does not penalise you for this, and to kind of show how broken the game can be, we're going to be pulling off a couple of big skips later on, and you'll see like how broken the game really is. Also, that was an interesting respawn. Huh. Very interesting. It doesn't much matter, by the way, that we've damaged the car slightly. That's fine. That was actually a pretty good respawn. Nice. So, believe it or not, Greece is actually one of my least favourite rallies. Mainly because it tends to drag. Same with Australia, actually. Australia and Greece are my least favourite ones. I'm not a fan of these two gravel rallies. Finland's pretty quick. France is quite enjoyable for me. I don't really know why, but quite enjoyable. What else? Sweden's a bit of a weird one. Sweden drags, but it's not too bad. Because skips make it that little bit easier. As in, a little bit more bearable. What else? What's the other ones? Kenya's quite fast. Kenya's like another Finland, basically. I think Finland's still the fastest by a long shot. I think Kenya's like the second quickest, and that's followed by France and Italy. The UK is a bit of a pain. The UK is actually hit and miss because, believe it or not, the weather can actually cause you 2 minutes in game time because of how much harder it makes the stages. If you have rain in the UK, you could be looking at like an extra minute on your run. So if you get a completely dry Britain, you know, completely dry UK, then it's pretty damn good. If you don't get it, it's pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. Never played Sim R2, but Spain was always my favourite. Sim R3. Also, another PB stage. I think we're doing pretty well today. Okay, so here's the trick. So, you literally stick it in reverse. There you go. And now what we do is, as I said, we drive oncoming. Now, this could actually go wrong. If I hit him too fast, or if the game doesn't pick up the collision detection fast enough, he could clip right through me. And I'm hoping he doesn't. Yes! Got him. Okay, good. I didn't disqualify him. Thank God. That actually works as intended. So what just happened there? Basically, what happened was I got disqualified from the stage, but we had that big of a gap over our rivals that we managed to do quite well and still win by like a minute and a bit. So, France is one of my favourites, mainly because tarmac physics is the easiest way of putting it. Now, I will just go ahead and get this out of the way right now. France with the Peugeot is hard. If this was with the Seat, which is one of the original cars, it's a bit more bearable. But because it's tarmac physics, it's pretty crazy. Like, you can get this done pretty fast. Like, my personal best, I think, in the Seat is a 9:48 or something. In the Peugeot, it's like a 9:38-ish. Maybe a fast, I don't know. Because the thing is, as you already just seen, is that this car slides a lot. Like, the Seat can grit to these stages way better. But because you've got more power going through the back wheels, you get more wheel spin out of corners. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Also, the super special stage trick that I just showed you, like I said, Zorfkov was the guy that found it, not myself. I'm not taking any credit for it. But it was a big game changer when that was discovered. Because originally the regular championship mode, the Novice Championship anyway, was like a 125.05 or 124. And then once we found out that, hey, this can actually save probably minutes, we actually managed to get the normal championship down to less than 80 minutes, so less than an hour and 20. So, pretty damn good trick, and it saved a lot of time. Pardon me. We reckon, roughly, that at most, the best time you could probably get with the standard car now is like a 118 something. Like a late 118, you know, like 118.50 something. It's absolutely mental. And the thing is, when you do it in this car, it goes down even faster. So that would have been a 213, probably, more than likely. But, no big deal. It's fine. We got this. There's not, I'll be honest, there's not really much tricks in France, so you won't really see me cutting too many corners. There is one in stage 4. And Italy has a couple of tricks hidden up its sleeve as well. Albeit they're very thin and can be a bit difficult to get in terms of trying to save time during races, but we'll see how things go. Also, I think they should go without saying at this point, this rally and Italy require a lot of concentration. So if I do go quiet at times, you know why. Like I said, I tend to use my brakes a fair bit. And I also do something called engine braking. So, for those that aren't familiar with what engine braking is, you change down a gear. So, instead of putting your brakes on, you just change down a gear. So, for this, like hairpin, for example, I'll change down to second gear. But on some of these corners, like that one, I would drop down to third and didn't even use my brakes. So, engine braking is quite useful because what it does is it cuts your speed. Doesn't cut it considerably faster, but it cuts your speed enough so that you'll still make the corner. And this is a technique that, in my opinion, should definitely be learnt if you intend to get some good stage times. Like I said, some of corners like that one are quite tight, and I will use my brakes often just to make sure that the car makes the corner. But there's some, though, that'll do other bits. Realistic damage. So, the closest you can get to wrecking your car is you can get the gearbox to become knackered. Unfortunately, because this is the Novice, even in the intermediate and expert, you can't knacker out the engine bad enough unless you smash the car up bad enough. So because I won't be really hitting much, as in I won't be having too many accidents, or at least I hope not, it means that I can easily just sit here, go about my business, do the rally, and then there you go. Also, that is definitely a PB stage. 218, that's definitely a PB. I thought so. But yeah, you can wreck the car. If you wreck it hard enough, you get the hazard lights to come on and stuff like that. Yeah, so when you get the if you wreck the car hard enough, the hazard lights on the back will start to flash, and the gearbox will become absolutely knackered. So it will still change gear, but it will constantly be going into neutral, and it won't be a nice noise. Rather than see how, like, currently the gears are just flicking through. it's constantly going through gears and it's barely even going into neutral. The more damage you have to the gearbox, you'll actually start seeing the N appear. Meaning that the car keeps stalling into neutral and then goes to the next gear. And it can lose you a lot of time. So it's always careful. I mean, the UK, I'll be honest, the rally where this car will get destroyed the worst will be the UK. I can guarantee it. Simply because in Italy we will probably have a few smashed tail lights, and maybe in France as well if I don't watch myself. Sweden we deliberately wrecked the car, although it doesn't really get too badly damaged. Kenya, unless we have a high speed accident, there's barely any damage at all. Same with Australia, you do kind of get a slight bit of damage if you don't watch yourself on the rocks. So as you heard, I accidentally smashed the side window. Oh, and also, for those curious, don't worry, there's more than just the this camera view that you can see in front of me right now. So I always use chase cam, but there is other camera views. So you got a far cam, like what's it, bumper cam, bonnet cam, on board. So if you want to go all out, unfortunately the dials don't work, but yeah, there you go. And like I said, this game has been updated into HD thanks to Silent with this patch. Nice. Can this go sub 230? I'm probably going to say no, but this is looking likely. Sub 230. Nice. That was a really good stage. Another high score. Nice. Another fastest stage time. Damn, really nailing France today. Like, really dominating this one. What's funny about this as well is that for like the last 2 weeks, I haven't touched this game for a couple of weeks, and then just the other day I thought I'll do a bit of last minute practice. I only practiced like a few stages that I knew were going to be tough. And the fact this run's gone down pretty well so far, I'm quite happy about that. So let's just keep it going, let's keep the momentum going. Also, have we got any donations or anything like that, Ro?
We do not have any donations currently, but I would like to take the time to remind everyone watching at the moment that Speed Stuff for Charity is supporting Direct Relief for COVID-19. Direct Relief is a humanitarian aid organisation active in all 50 states and over 80 countries, with a mission to improve the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergencies without regard to politics, religion or ability to pay. So if that's a cause that you feel like is worth getting behind, then make sure to get your donations in. We have a large range of incentives and bid wars going on at the moment, including the Wario Land 4 Wario Hop mini game, which is something that Shasta will be playing after his Wario Land 4 run on Monday. So if that's something you want to see, we're currently still about $189 away from that, so make sure to get your donations in for that incentive.
I think we're on stage 4 now, I believe. I think this is the last stage in France. God, France has really been hectic today. There we are. So, as I was saying before, France has barely got any cuts at all. It's all about the driving. Apart from the last bit here. So this is like the only shortcut you actually need to take in France. Apart from that though, that's it. There's only that simple cut across the grass. So for those wondering like just how big the game is, so on the Novice Championship you race through all of the 8 rallies, 4 stages each, apart from if it has a super special stage. Apart from if it has a super special stage, and then there you go. Also, it's snowing in Sweden, yay! So, like I said, it's one of them things where with this game it has various weather effects and things like that. But yeah, nothing too bizarre. Sweden, it's snowing, works for me. Believe it or not, Sweden's actually, in my opinion, it feels like a long rally. But Sweden has some interesting speed tech to it. I say speed tech, speed strats, corner cuts. So, on this first stage, we only have a few minor ones, but the second stage is actually where you really want to be keeping your eyes out for. So it's not this stage, it's the stage after. So, stage 2. Because there's something called the ice skip. Yeah, believe it or not, Rome, they took they actually took the variable weather thing out until Dirt Rally. Believe it or not, it was only in this game that it was actually variable weather. So, for example, on the first Colin McRae Rally, the weather is constantly set on the stages. Like, you can't change the weather. On this one, you could change the weather to whatever you wanted to. On the third one, there was no... Like, the weather would stay the same on the stages throughout the championship. So it would constantly be raining on certain stages or snowing on others, etc. And then on Colin McRae Rally 04, it did the same, and same on Colin McRae Rally 2005 as well. Even during the dirt games, the variable weather effect wasn't even there. Like, obviously, you got it in the championship on Dirt 3, but it's interesting. Yeah, for example, like, you can't do some of the super special stages. So you can't do the super special stages with different weather. That's definitely an exception. Thanks to us for pointing that out. Because on the super special stages, the weather is always set. And also, one nice little thing the developers decided to do, as we do a cheeky corner cut there, is that on the super special stages, if your car's wrecked, they used... Well, in the PS1 version, they tend to repair it. They'll tend to repair your car. Not in the PC version. If your car's wrecked, your car is wrecked. And that's usually the end of that. There we go. Okay, so, welcome to Sweden Stage 2. Now, providing I can get the cuts first try, this stage normally takes around... I mean, if you do this stage normally, it's around 250. But we have some speed tricks that will save around 30 seconds, and providing I get them first try, or first time-ish, this should be good. Believe it or not, this is actually where the run can usually die, so... But, because it's a marathon, it's fine, it's not going to overestimate, it doesn't lose us too much time. So when you go into this ice patch here, there's actually some unique spawn points over here. So for example, as you go over here, like that, you get flipped onto your side like that, and that actually respawns you further on the track. And now what we want to do is we want to head over here, like this, like so. Nice, we got it first try, ladies and gentlemen. We just got that first try. I'm very happy about that. So you just cut these corners here, like so. Just have to be very careful. I'm actually pretty happy I pulled that off. So that altogether, that saved around 40, maybe even 50 seconds, I think. Maybe it might be more, I don't know. We'll see. There's actually a big trick that's in the UK, which can save you a crap ton of time if you get it. Alright, no Joe, you can save so much time if you get it first try. Nice. 214. Luckily, stage 3 is fairly straightforward. Also, something that you don't really tend to see, by the way, is in the novice stages you don't see this, but in the intermediate and expert stages, which we'll get onto, the lights, the starting lights, don't actually work, so you don't see the red or the green. All you hear is 3, 2, 1, and then go, but you don't see the lights come on. It's a really weird bug, and it's something that never got fixed, because there's two versions of this game, believe it or not. There's the 1.0 version and the 1.1 version. The 1.0 version had the Super Imprezzo is the main change to it. So in the original 1.0 version of the PC game, you actually had the 22B Super Imprezzo, so the proper one with the blue and yellow livery and all that stuff. But unfortunately, somewhere along the lines in development, they changed it, and it got re-released, and you had the 1.1 version, which had like a Japanese livery on it, which looks way worse than the original livery. Luckily though, thanks to modding and skins and stuff like that, you can actually insert the old original livery into the game, so you can actually drive the Subaru with its intended livery, which is nice, really. Which is nice.
3, 2, 1, go. Press button 3 left. 32 right. 53 left.
But as I was saying before, this is what I forgot to finish off when I was talking at the end of the front. So,
30 just made.
in Novice, you have 8 rallies. Every rally has 4 stages, apart from Greece, Sweden, Kenya, and the UK. They all have 5 stages because they all have a super special stage each. If you do the intermediate championship, you do 8 stages, or 9 if they have the super special stage. And if you're on the expert championship, every rally has 10 stages, or 11 if you have a super special stage. The difference in time lengths between all of the rallies. So novice is around an hour and a half-ish, give or take. Intermediate is nearly 3 hours, and expert is around 3.5 to 4 hours. And in case anybody might be curious, or didn't know that this category existed, so there is a... pardon me. There are other categories for this game, so the championship is the main one. However, there is an arcade mode, which you can also do runs of as well. They're fairly short, they're about 8.5 to 9 minutes. In-game time, I'd say matters more than RTA for those ones, but we measure them in both RTA and in-game time. So there's the arcade section and arcade percent, which is doing all the difficulties, and that's basically circuit racing. And again, there's a new game and new game plus categories for those. We also have, just get through this shortcut. We also have a challenges percent. Now, challenges percent is a unique game mode. So, when you beat the game for the first time on Novice Championship, you unlock all of the super special stages. So, the one in Greece, the one in Sweden, the one in Kenya, and the one in the UK. Okay, no biggie, right? It's only a couple of stages. But what you have to do is, you've got an extra stage, which is Japan. Now, they never got a rally out of it. It's just a head-to-head stage that you do. And, yeah, you basically do 4 rounds on each. The car selection is completely random, so it's basically all about what car you get. And the Seat Cordoba is actually the fastest standard car. You don't have anything like the Peugeot, you don't get anything like that in those races, but it's quite a fun little category if you want to try out this game. We also have the 2 miscellaneous championship categories. So we have these 2, we'll call them meme categories, which is Ford Escort percent, or Ford Escort Mark 1%, and Mini Cooper percent. So basically the idea of those is to beat the Novice Championship with the Ford Escort and Yeah, with the Ford Escort, and also with the Ford Escort and with the Mini Cooper individually. Also, on to Australia. Already halfway through. The run's going to slow down a bit because, like I said, Australia is a bit of a long one. It feels long to me anyway. Sweden does take a while to do. I have to admit, I think Sweden is the longest. Oh, not far off the longest other than the UK. Australia is about the third slowest, I think. Not me. But, yeah, it's one of them things. Like I said, it's just, it is what it is. But, the Mini Cooper percent thing and the Ford Escort percent, they're basically for a laugh. So if you ever want to try those, they are a bit challenging. They're not too bad. Like I said, once you complete the Novice Championship normally, honestly, you need not worry. You don't really need to worry about anything. But like I said, they're just fun little categories for you to do if you want to give them a try. And funnily enough, right, so every championship, by the way, that you win, or every rally I think it is, some rallies. So completing the game on Novice, certain rallies on Novice, you unlock a few cars. Same goes for the arcade as well. And it also happens that you can do it with intermediate. However, intermediate mode and expert mode unlock cheats. So you can unlock like the fireball cheat, for example, where your car will fire fireballs at other cars. See it as like Dragon Ball Z sort of thing. And basically, when you fire a fireball at a car, it'll send it flying miles away. Flipping and all the rest of it, and it's dead funny. But the thing is, if you turn that cheat on, all the other AIs can use it against you as well. So it's not just a case of just push them out of the way. If they respawn and they hit you with fireballs, yeah, you're going to go flipping as well. Believe it or not, you can actually play this game on multiplayer. So, myself, a guy called Tuz, who believes in the chat, and a few other guys, we're all playing this game not that long ago via Radmin VPN. So you can actually still play this game. It is still possible to play it together. It's the same with a lot of old games. You can use VPNs to play against one another. One other thing to mention as well is this game actually has a hidden car in it, which you can only unlock by entering the unlock all cars cheat in the game. The secret car is the Ford Focus 1999. So the 99 Focus is, like I said, it's a hidden vehicle. And the only way you can use it is, the only way you can use it is by enabling the unlock at all cars cheat, and that's how you can unlock the car and use it. The 99 Focus isn't actually too bad to drive either. It's a bit faster than the regular Focus in the game. Also, that was exceedingly close. Thought I'd go flying, but I didn't. Okay, this is getting pretty close to these trees. That was close. The one thing that kind of annoys me about the Australia stages is that you have these rocks, the stones on the outside of the stage, and they are a real bugbear, like a real pain. So you always have to be careful that your car doesn't slide out too wide. If it does, then you're in for a world of pain. Not me. I do believe it's possible to beat this stage in under 2 minutes, but I've never been able to do it.
30 jump. Okay.
Nice. Also, PB stage, nice.
3, 2, 1, go. Long straight right.
See, the thing is, in Australia, unlike
30 long
all the other countries in this game,
straight right.
Australia doesn't have a short stage, so all the countries have a short, like, stage that's about a minute long. Italy's also a culprit for it. It doesn't have a short stage. Kenya's does, though. Kenya's has, like, each stage is actually a little over 2 minutes each. Not even that. I think the average stage time for Kenya is less than 2 minutes, and it's the shortest one in the entire game. I think. Is it shortest? Maybe not. It might be Finland, actually, but very close. You'll see after we've done Australia what I mean by that.
36 press. 30 long 4 right. 54 right into 3 left. 76 right into long 4 left. 55 right into 6
I presume we're doing alright for time at the moment.
right. 50
We're currently sat around 45 minutes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
4 right. 30 long 4 right.
Nice.
No, I mean you said you're a bit over halfway through. We're a bit over halfway through the estimate. So
Yeah. I think about...
Straight right into 6 left.
I mean, if I can get to the end of if I finish Australia before the 50-minute mark, then that'll be pretty good.
3 left.
alright, cool.
30 long 3 right. Up press. 30 right into 1 hairpin left.
So, funnily enough, so as I was saying before, the record at the moment is currently set by me. It's a 1:17:21, but my summer best is actually a 1:16:29. So I have 40 seconds time saved somewhere. That could actually potentially be more if I get the UK skip first try.
30 jump into long
But I don't know whether to risk it or not, to be honest.
press into 4 left.
I suppose it's worth a try. It's worth a try. If I don't get it, I don't get it. If I do get it, I'll be very happy. Very happy. Oh! As I steady.
Okay.
That was very thin going through them trees then. My god.
3, 2, 1, go. 3 right. 54 left.
So stage 4, believe it or not, this is my does you call it kryptonite? Where it's like your Achilles heel. I think that's the easiest way of putting it, you know. The stage that you dread the most, because it can lose your time. So believe it or not, there's no shortcuts, there's no hidden speed tech to it or anything like that. I'm just not that good at this stage, I don't know why. It's just the one stage where I'm not that good, and no matter how much I practice, I could not get anywhere near, like, Lucky or any of the other guys that do this stage. Mainly Lucky. Lucky's a pretty good runner at this on this stage in particular. He's a pretty good CMR runner in general, to be honest, for CMR 2. I think it's worth mentioning as well, is that we have actually, the Colin McRae rally community, so the speedrunning community, has held a event annually for the last 2, maybe 3 years now, called McRaeathon. And we've done 3 events so far. It's our own like way of putting on a marathon and things like that. Our 4th one is going to be next year. So if anyone happens to run a racing game that could be watching this, you could feel free to submit to it. We haven't got a final date yet for it, but just thought I'd throw that out there in case anyone might be interested. But that's for 2021. There's no dates for it yet though. Oh, that was close. That was very close, nearly hit the tree. Nice. Nice. Okay. There we go. Nice. And jump. There. So apparently my PB for this stage is a 251. But this looks like it's going to beat that by about 5 seconds. Somehow. Okay, maybe not 5 seconds, but a couple of seconds at least. I'm going to guess 247. And I was right. Not bad, all things considered. Right, here we go. Kenya, blink and you'll miss it. Literally. So, just like we did in Australia, we turned the wick up. So, in Kenya, we literally increased the car's speed tenfold. Now, we could put it on maximum top speed if we so wanted to. However, there is actually no way of unleashing its full top speed at maximum top speed. Can you believe it? Ah, I like that one. Can't say I've heard that one before, you know. That's a new one for me. Can you believe it? We're already in Kenya. Remember I was saying before, like the average for the rally is like less than 2 minutes. The speed and the way the stages are structured is the reason why. Like I said, Finland's a bit quicker, but Kenya is not as quick, but is still fairly quick. My PB for this stage is a 154. Not that that's what I'm aiming for, but considering you can beat most stages within 2 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so we actually cut this corner here, like this. And then just drive this way. And luckily, the game does not respawn you. So how do you like that? So I hit 154, but that's fine. 156 is still impressive though. Not bad. So, stage 2 is practically straight. No joke. The whole thing, most of the way there. You get it up to speed now. We do have to slow down, like, near the end. This is literally me just holding the accelerator pedal and steering, and just inputting a few steering inputs. The car will slide, it'll lose its speed a bit, but my foot will never be taken off the accelerator button. Sorry, finger will never be taken off the accelerator button. Always gets me on edge this stage. I've messed it up once before. It was a really scary time. I think I did this stage with the maximum speed on the car, and it touched 160 miles an hour down here. And I remember I didn't make one of the corners, and the car just kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. I was like, oh my god, will it ever stop rolling? Yeah, pretty scary. You can see, 6 checkpoints done. Then we put the brakes on, climb this hill. There you go. Cows listened to too much Limp Bizkit. Yeah, keep rolling, rolling, rolling. I'm not going to get done for copyright for singing that, am I? I hope not. Pretty accurate rendition. I thank you. So 147. I just matched my PB stage. Okay, interesting. Did I actually beat? Oh, I didn't quite beat my PB. That's a shame. Oh well, I matched it. That's good enough. So Can you stage 3? This stage in particular is a special one because this one is actually, believe it or not, when you play this game normally, you normally see Colin McRae's Ford Focus driving around this. So this is actually the stage that the demo jumps into. Hence the reason why I say it's a special one. But we ain't Colin McRae, we're faster than Colin McRae. We're in a Peugeot 205, he's in a Ford Focus. I wonder which would win. Between the two rally cars, I think it's an easy contest, to be honest. Now, what's my time going to be? 47, 48? Is it 48? Could be 47 if I did fast enough. And it was only just a PB stage.
3, 2, 1, go. 70 jump, maybe. 50 4 right. 50 long 4 left.
Also, you may have noticed a pattern forming. This is the same stage we did before in reverse. Because Codemasters back then were very lazy with their game programming.
30 long 3 right, above crest. 70 long 3 left, right. Into long 3 right. 30 long 3 left. Into crest. Into long 3 right. Into left. Into 3 right. Into long 3 left. 74 left. Into 3 right. Into 2 left, above crest.
So this stage, I don't know why, but this stage is always slower than the original route. So when you're doing this normally, this stage, you're actually a few seconds quicker.
70 long 3 left.
I don't have a clue why. I can never, like, I tried matching my stage time from the first stage on the fourth one, and it is exceedingly difficult. Because the lines are obviously reversed, aren't they? So the stage is back to front.
100 jump, maybe.
So it's a bit tricky. Also, you have to be careful about this corner right here.
3 right, onto tarmac. 30
That was not what I wanted to do, but sod it. That actually slowed me down way faster than just taking the corner. Wasn't speed strats, that just happened to land on its wheels. I'm thankful that that landed on its wheels. Also 156 forward, 156 back. Nice. That was quite close. I'm happy that that did not mess up. I didn't flip upside down and have to wait till it respawn. And again, as I mentioned, we've got the whole backwards thing again. I tend to slow down before hitting this guy, just so that he can definitely hit me. So you don't have to pick up some speed going down here. So's he though. Where is he? There you go, goes right through me. Activates the trigger, there you go. Okay, right. Dry Italy. Damn, I'm getting lucky today, huh? This is probably the luckiest run I've ever had so far. The dry Italy is no laughing matter either, so Italy is another hurdle. And if the UK doesn't seem too bad with its weather, this could be a PB. And potentially a new world record, but let's not go there yet. So just like France, Italy is a high concentration rally. Now, just to mention something here, Italy is very delicate. So ideally you don't want anything bad to happen or go wrong, and that being an example. So just like France, Italy has plenty of corners, and Italy is actually a nightmare for me. Like, France, I always nickname them both. So France is tarmac heaven, Italy is tarmac hell. Because of the amount of corners you have to get through. Like, I'm not joking, immediately. At the moment, it doesn't seem like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, the first stage doesn't look too bad. Wait till we get to stages 2, 3 and 4. Mainly 2 and 3. 4 is going to be a bit easier. Believe it or not, it is actually possible to do some of the tarmac stages. There's people that are actually talented enough to pull this off. So there's people that are skilled enough to actually beat these stages using no brakes. Literally, from start to finish, no brakes. I have never been able to do that before, and it is scary. Because they can just, they can literally do these corners. They use the engine braking thing I told you about. It's mental. Also, it's getting dark in Italy. That's scary. Is it gonna rain, I wonder? Notice how much I'm putting my brakes on. To think somebody is able to do this stage with no brakes is mental. You notice how tight the roads are as well. Like I said, Italy is no laughing matter. Now the question is it going to rain in stages 3 and 4? That's what I want to know. Because you can always get a dry Italy at the start, and then it ends up raining later on. Like I said, the main reason I'm being a bit more quiet now is because this is more my concentration time, just to try and get this done properly. No doubt about it, the car's gearbox is probably badly damaged by now. Also, cheeky little shortcut. That does actually save time, doesn't save loads, but it saves a bit. Whoo-wee. I don't know. Also, that's probably one of the best stage 2s I've ever done in my life. Oh. Good grief. Also, it's sunny. Yes, happy days. Honestly, that stage 2 was godlike. I've never been that fast. I've never done under 230 ever on that stage. Not even when I pushed maximum one time, it just happened to get under 230. It is going to hurt if it rains in Britain, but then again, I'm not going to be shocked if it rains in Britain. If it's dry in Britain, that'll be heaven from the gods. So there is a corner cut you can do here, which I'm actually going to do. There you go. Only saves like a second or two, but any shortcut is a shortcut, right? Anything that saves time. Also say bye to that back window. Okay, I kind of take it back. Italy, this car will get smashed up. Now you don't even know when I'm using my brakes because I've smashed the brake lights out. .230 as well. Another high score. God, I'm on fire all of a sudden. It depends, is it raining when you are? It isn't actually. Not for me. Sub 30 seconds on that first split, whether you're in the Peugeot or the Seat, is always a good sign. Although the Peugeot it should be about a 27, but it's fine. So this one does have a few shortcuts up its sleeve, believe it or not. So you just cut that hill there. Here comes one. Believe it or not, yeah, that does actually save time. Jump over here, like that. This last bit is pretty heavy on my focus level, so you have to excuse me. Okay, that was close. Also, I always short my gearbox for the UK as well, so regardless of whatever happens in the UK, the gearbox is going to be shortened. And that is Italy done. Blimey. And it's dry. Holy cow, I got the Holy Trinity. Wow. I have got the Holy Trinity right now. What the hell? I've got this, has to be the luckiest run. So, the difference between the dry and the wet is about, give or take, 5 or 6 seconds in terms of stage time. Okay, so we're going to take some pretty bizarre lines. There we go. So stages 1 and 4 have some pretty mental cuts in them. Like, not even joking, there is some crazy cuts. Now, I could take all of the shortcuts in this level, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm taking the safest route possible. Ideally, I want my car in as good health as I can get it. Oh, we got fog. Interesting. That does kind of hamper my vision a little bit. But luckily, the stage isn't too long, so it's fine. Just make sure if I play this one safe, we're all good. The one thing that is going to mess me up, however, is I have got like one little trick on up my sleeve on this one. Now, if I can, I need to remember where I'm going now. See, there's a problem I have is that normally I need the trees to see where I'm going, and that's it. No, I don't need the trees actually. I don't need to see where I'm going. I think I nailed that. I nailed it. Top of the side, done. Even if it rains, it's gonna rain, okay. You're like, how do you know it's gonna rain? So, that grey screen there, that basically means we're gonna transition from one weather cycle to another. That means this stage will start dry, but will become either wet, or it will start to become foggy, or snowy, or whatever. Usually it's cloud to rain. Or if it's Sweden, cloud to snow. But, I'm going to tell you something, it isn't going to stop me from putting my foot down in the last stage. Just for context as to what's actually going on right now, so I am on dry tyres and it's going wet. So that means that I'm going to start to slide now. Which isn't a good sign, but it shouldn't affect me too badly. I don't know what my final time is going to be on this stage. The thing is, there's a weird timing bug at the end, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens when I get to the last two stages. If we can get the skip that I'm after, then that'll be fantastic. I'm praying right now that that's what I can end up doing. It'll be the first time I've ever tried pulling it off. in any sort of marathon run. Normally, I'm too scared to do it, but now I'm thinking, sod it, what have I got to lose? I don't really know, to be honest, Rome. Not quite sure of that one. Maybe, but I couldn't tell you for certain. Nice. Okay. Stage 3 done. Here comes the one I'm dreading. Ah, come on. Let me through. Let me through. There we go. Alright, okay. Okay, can I get the bridge? I got the bridge. Right. I will try this skip only once. If it doesn't work, it does not work. It didn't work, okay. Where am I? I'm stuck. There we go. Well, I tried. I tried. I went in with a bit too much speed, I think, though. Oh well. It's fine. Oh. Oh. I have wasted about 10 seconds there, so I don't know if it's going to come back to bite me in the backside. Find out. See, actually by cutting these corners here, it actually works too. That stage could have been a lot better, but whatever. Right, okay, so if you're ready on time, I'll let you know when it will be. Time. Hopefully you got that.
Nice, I think that's a new record.
What was it?
1:17.19. That's record by 2 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, just about.
I went on the leaderboards to check, and it says the record at the moment is a 1:17.21, so that's record by 2 seconds.
2 seconds. God, it would have been a bit more.
Congratulations, man.
That would have been. That would have probably been about 10 or 15 seconds faster. If I got that cut at the end, then it would have been like another minute faster, or ish, 50-ish seconds. But yeah, 2 seconds quicker. Not bad for a marathon run.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's amazing for a marathon run. Great job, man. Well done.
Just to prove that we did win. Ow. Just to prove that we did win. We have this